Here is the list of driving test procedures in 2025 in Western Australia. In your driving test, you will have 5 sections. 3 sections will be driving sections, and 2 sections will be exercises. Exercise, left thumb in behind, and exercise stopping for shopping. I'll put the links around this video in all 5 sections. So 3 driving sections and 2 exercises. You are expected to meet the standard for the following criteria points, or on the test sheets, they are called items: looking, signaling, flow, movement, path, responsiveness, and vehicle management. Responsiveness is usually marked as not applicable because only if something extraordinary happens, such as a kid chases a ball and jumps in front of you, you would have to act the same as any experienced driver. Both exercises, exercise left thumb behind and stopping for shopping, they take all up about 5 minutes. It's more likely to lose more points in your driving sections. I haven't come across a person who failed that did one thing that would be considered as a minor error, such as late indicator or, cut the corner once where there was no traffic. You would lose points. You wouldn't fail instantly for it. Instant fails are when driving test examiner has to intervene to avoid a potentially dangerous situation. By the way, they won't do it if they don't have to. They will wait for the last moment, verbally or physically. So verbal assistance would be considered as an instant fail as well. I'll tell you why. Because, for example, you're sitting at the red light and waiting for the light to change, and you're the first car there, and it goes green, and you daydreamed a little bit, didn't notice it was, the lights changed. The assessor will not immediately say, you got to move, you got to go. But if the people start to flock up behind you, they'll have to say, it's green light, you have to go. If someone thinks verbal assistance isn't enough to fail somebody, I respectfully disagree. You are the person operating machinery. It's not acceptable if you are not present, if you don't see what's happening within your immediate surroundings. Nobody fails if they have to correct reverse parking, as long as you observe well. It doesn't have to be carried out with military precision. You can correct it. Don't listen to the stories by people who've tried it once and they were not happy with themselves, not with the system or with the assessors. Stories that they fail everyone once, twice, whatever. That's not true. Western Australian test is probably one of the easiest driving tests you can come across in the world. I've got friends who teach driving in Sweden, and also I've seen a lot of footage how they do driving tests in Japan. And if somebody tells me that Western Australian driving test is difficult, I can tell you it's probably one of the easiest driving tests. Check out some of the videos. I'll link them around this video. They even made it easier back in 2003, I believe it was. There used to be 7 driving test sections. The 2 extra sections were usually used to put somebody under the microscope and double check some of the aspects that the assessor wasn't sure if you're handling right. I often get questions, where should I go? Should I go to Kelmscott, or is it better to do it in Butler? What about 250s? Is 250 any difficult time, or should I go for 1 p.m? If you can pass at 250 in West Perth, you could probably pass in Butler at 7:05. Ask yourself a question. What do you do best? What are you really good at? Now that you've given yourself an answer, just ask yourself, does it matter where I do it? Or does it matter how I do it, how I perform? Yeah, surely, if you don't like to get up early, like 5 o'clock in the morning to go for your test at 7:05, of course, it's going to be more comfortable. You're going to do your morning routine and, rock up for your test at 11:25 instead of 7:05. Sure, yeah, I totally agree with that. Assessors, do they play a big role in, which assessor you get? If that's going to make a difference whether you pass or fail, I don't believe so. All the assessors that I've come across, they're pretty fair. You have to show that you are safe. If you have to correct your reverse parking once or twice, as long as you observe well, they're not going to fail you for it. If somebody says, I hear a lot of stories, it wasn't my fault, it was somebody else's that didn't like me, not the case. If it is, why don't you address it? Because they've got a voice recording, they have a GPS coordinates, and it shows exactly where you were, it shows the speed limit, it shows the times. Refer to some of the videos that I'm going to link around this video. Videos on exercise, left something behind, stopping for shopping, roundabouts, merging traffic, and turning right without the green arrow. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.